Hey Divine Ones, it's Jerome Braggs, the intuitive that teaches spiritual seekers how to heal themselves and manifest well bodies and delicious lives through the practice of self-love. Today's video, I want to share with you the 4 keys that I have learned that were the keys to healing my own body. And I've learned that these are really the keys to healing our bodies from disease and from chronic illness. Now, these are probably different from what you've heard, as they were different from what I had been taught early on, which is why it took me so long to really get into the meat of my healing journey. Because when I first started my healing journey, I was doing what many of us that begin our healing journeys do, because this is what we've been saturated with, the belief that this is what it takes. And that was, I was changing my diet, I was meditating, I was really watching what I was eating. I was, doing a lot of self-care, external self-care, and looking at the external biological, physiological aspects and thinking that was the key to healing the body. But the truth is, when you have a chronic illness or disease, the key to healing that is to heal the energy, is to heal your internal. Instead of the physiological, you're healing the energetic. Because if you've been watching the videos in this series, we talked about how the root cause of all disease is energetic. There's an energetic imbalance and an energetic disconnection from the soul, from the truth of the soul, from the frequency of the soul. And so that was what kind of held up my healing for so long. Was I was doing all the diets, and I was drinking all the drinks and doing the green juices and meditating, although meditation does shift the energy a bit, but meditating and doing the self-care stuff. And I was really looking at trying to heal it biologically instead of energetically. And while those things did improve my health some, they didn't really make dramatic transformations in my health. Those things didn't start coming, and they're still in process now. They really didn't start coming until I started these 4 keys. I started applying these 4 things. And remember, what healing actually is restoring and returning ourselves to wholeness, to our natural state of being. Well, our wholeness is the wholeness of our soul, the energy and the consciousness of the soul, and that is love. So what healing actually is restoring and returning ourselves to our natural state of love, our natural energy of love, our natural consciousness of love. And how do you do that? Well, there were 4 main things that I've learned. The first one is you have to express your whole authentic self. Whenever you are suppressed in any type of way, if you're suppressing your sexuality, if you're suppressing an aspect of your personality, if you're hiding something about yourself or editing yourself or masking yourself in some way, if you have tried to reject or push away from a part of yourself, you are disconnecting from your wholeness. And it blocks the whole energy of the soul from flowing through the body. Expression allows the energy of love to come into the body and flow through. And that breathes life into the body. It breathes health into the body. It is part of the source of wellness. That was one of the things that I was starved of. I had been suppressing myself for so long. I've been suppressing some aspects of my personality, the silly sides, because I grew up in a very professional environment. So I was raised to believe that you had to present yourself to be very professional, but I was very silly. And so I had divorced those aspects of myself. I had suppressed aspects of my sexuality for years. I hid that I was the same gender attracted person. I masked and tried to pretend. I hid aspects of my spirituality for years as well. I hid my intuitive gifts because I was raised in a religious environment. And I also hid, the feminine aspects of me, because I was raised to believe that only masculinity in men was lovable and acceptable. And so I had a lot of suppression, and I had a lot of parts of myself that were divorced from me. And so a core part of my healing is to excavate those parts, rescue them, bring them back into me, and bring them into the light. No more hiding, no more suppression, no more secrets. That is key number 1. That allows love to flow through the body unimpeded. And love flowing through the body unimpeded, because you are love. That is what your soul is. So as you express your true self, right? As you, that's also feeling what you feel, saying what you really want to say. That's an aspect of expressing the self. You are letting love flow through you. When you are not, you are not. You are blocking it. And that block of love flowing through you causes illness. The second key is to feed the soul, to nourish the soul. So the soul just has, you have an energy body or a soul body, just like you have this physical body, right? It's another part of the body. It's the bigger part of the body. And just like you have to feed this physical body, you have to feed the spiritual body. And your soul body needs to be fed daily, just like this. And your soul body is more in charge of the health of this body than the food and stuff that you eat. Like the soul food that you get in your body determines the more chronic health of your body more than anything else. So for me, like, again, the things that feed the soul the most is joy. Is joy. So you're looking at, like, where was I not working in my passions? Where was I not? Where could I involve myself in my passions more, like writing and teaching and singing and travel? I was very divorced from those things for so long. Looking at hanging out with my friends and I was just connected. My friends didn't live where I was, so one of the things I had to do was I had to start traveling more to go see my friends monthly. Connection feeds the soul. It's part of joy. Gratitude is an aspect of joy, like feeling grateful for your life and looking at what's good in your life and feeling good about what's good in your life. Fulfillment, doing things that are fun and things that are pleasurable and things that fulfill you. You have to get this in daily. This is soul food. Just like our physical bodies, if our spiritual body isn't fed, it gets starved, and you cannot be healthy when you're starved. But if you're fed well, if you're well nourished, you will be well. So this was key number 2, right? Is to learn how to nourish myself well daily so that my soul is well fed, so that I can be well. Number 3 was to feel good about myself. Because here's the key thing that nobody tells you. You cannot heal a body you hate. If you are constantly judging your body, if you are ashamed of your body, if you are constantly critiquing your body and criticizing your body, if you are trying to push aspects of your body away or hide them or make them wrong and unlovable, which is what I had a pattern of doing since I was a kid. I got teased for being fat. And so I believed my body was unlovable and undesirable, and I was ashamed of it. And I lived that way for the majority of my life. And that starves the body of love. The body needs love to be healthy. This is not a philosophical thing. I am speaking the truest truth that I can speak. The body was designed by the soul. It was created by your soul to run off the energy of itself, which is love. And so you cannot heal a body you hate. So my journey was learning how to accept my body as it is and appreciate it. Learn how to feed it appreciation, because appreciation is love. Appreciation and acceptance are facets of love. So that was an aspect, right? So that was number 3. Instead of being ashamed and judging and criticizing my body, to appreciate and accept it so that I feel good about my body. Instead of feeling that it's not enough, I feel enough as it is. That is medicine. And then the 4th thing is to stop starving yourself. Stop doing the things that starve you of love. And that takes some introspection. You have to look at where in your life, and I had to look at where in my life were the things that I was doing that were starving me of love. Where was I stressed? Where was I holding resentment? Where was I not getting connection in? Where was I not getting joy in? Where was I not appreciating and accepting myself? What were the habits and the patterns I was doing daily that were starving me of love? How can I stop those and begin to do the habits and patterns and behaviors that feed me love instead? Those are the 4 keys to healing the body. Yes, nutrition and all that helps. But if you just do that and you don't do any of this, all 4 of these things actually, you won't have a full healing. And this is why it took me so long to heal. This is one of the reasons why. So I hope this has helped you. I hope you got a aha from this in some way. As always, I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Now go love yourself.